Welcome back to another episode of NFT Catcher Podcast. We'd like to remind everybody that nothing on the show is meant as financial advice, and to please do your own research. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Now the subject is NFTs.
They're known as non-fungible tokens, or NFTs.
NFTs are exploding in popularity.
This is a technology that will forever change the way people interact.
So it is happening whether you understand it and like it or not.
This phenomenon is moving. The digital.
You have now joined Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene on the NFT Catcher Podcast.
What's up, everyone? It's Jenny from the blockchain and Michael Keene here, back with another episode. We are on episode number 18, which is just crazy. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. We have NFT stuff happening next week in Miami. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about a ton of awesome things that happened this week. Should we start off with a bang and talk about the Ape and ADIDAS collaboration?
Yeah, let's do that. Apes, Punks, Comic, and ADIDAS, and that's very exciting. Now my Ape has a tracksuit on now, the first clothes it's ever worn, thanks to Kick Posters. Hooked it up.
Wait, so someone, you got airdrop stuff, or someone just
a guy on Twitter? Yeah, I don't know if he photoed. Yeah, it's not an NFT. It's he sent me over a picture. It's Kick Posters on Twitter. I saw that Josh Ong got one, and so I was like, I just messaged him, and he was so nice. He's like, "What's your Ape number?" and sent it right over to me. So my Ape has a ADIDAS track jacket, ADIDAS Punks comic. The Punks comics are flying off the shelves. The Founders DAO, the token that I was actually mentioned it a few weeks ago as undervalued at 2, is now up to 4. On this news. The actual Punks comic number 1 is up to 8.5 now.
Yeah, so basically the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they didn't even really say anything, right? All they did was they posted on Twitter a picture, which looks really sick, by the way, of like this ape, this like 3D ape with like this like ADIDAS, tracksuit on essentially. And then they just did like the eyes looking sideways emoji. And everyone's like freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Punk's comic did the same thing. So yeah, it's super cool, to see these, just to think, that Bored Apes just, came out, 6 months ago or something. And now it's like they're collaborating with ADIDAS, and, who knows, like the possibilities are endless with what they can do. And they're really trailblazing their way through. I mean, it's really awesome to see, with Punks being the number 1 before, the Bored Apes started, just going off. It's like, it's awesome to see them doing so much in the community too. I mean, it's mostly the community doing a lot of things, but it's nice to see them, they're throwing these yacht parties and collaborating with ADIDAS and everything. It's just like, wow, this is huge. It's great for brand awareness, for the NFT space, I think.
Yeah, I mean, everything that the apes do seems to just hit the nail right on the head. Like, doesn't it? Like every time they do something, I actually had an in real life friend buy an ape this week, spent $250,000 on an ape.
Oh,
it was only his second NFT ever, and it was a Bored Ape. Yeah, I know. Guy I went to high school with, one of my good buddies. Yeah. Yeah,
that's so awesome though.
He's either crazy or smart, we'll see.
Well, he's probably both. He's probably crazy.
Right. He's definitely crazy. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're right.
Like crazy's not bad. It just is like, we're all crazy, right? Like everyone in this space right now. I mean, we're pretty crazy. We're pretty like risky and everything.
Yeah. But depends on who you talk to. Yeah, for sure. A little bit of crazy, a little bit of luck, a little bit of who knows. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep. He got a real nice one. He got a cheetah ape with like those those see-through glasses. I forget what they're called. I don't even remember, but
did he make a cool Twitter account too?
He did. It's
like,
hey,
follow Ape.
Yeah, it was at Bored Cheetah, which was available. BORED Cheetah.
Facebook Cheetah.
CHEETAH.
Okay, I just found him.
You got him? Nice.
Followers.
Yeah. He's just for sure. That's him. That's my buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
so
I see.
cool.
I just clicked on his wallet. He bought a mutant serum too.
Yeah, he bought a mutant first. That was his first one. And then he bought the serum because because he thought he was going to be able to feed it to his. He didn't even realize that.
Oh my God.
He didn't realize that everything been fed to it.
So he's just holding on to a serum.
Yeah, he bought a serum. It's not like it's cheap either. He spent like
he paid
like 20 grand. What do you pay?
Hold on. Oh, because there's multiple. Oh wait,
20 some grand.
Yeah, basically 6-7 ETH.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Love it. Yeah.
He's
pumped though. He's pumped with the whole. Yeah. He's messaging me like, DJ Khaled bought one and Future bought one.
Hey. Okay, we got to talk about that too. Okay, so yeah, we've been seeing the news. Oh, Future, what was it? Just yesterday, bought an ape. We don't know, right? That they bought. It's not like they actually bought it. So, and also they posted a doodle. All they do is they just post a picture of whatever it is. But if you look, on Etherscan, it's like MoonPay, which is basically like a crypto exchange, right? You can buy and sell cryptocurrency on MoonPay. And I didn't even know what MoonPay was before they started buying all these celebrities, apes and NFTs. MoonPay, I guess I was looking into it, came out in 2019. Anyway, so they are buying these celebrities, these NFTs, and specifically
it's an endorsement.
Apes.
It's an endorsement.
Yeah, and then they're sending. I mean, you can see from what you can see, it's just like they bought it, they sent it, and they sent it to the wallet. So I think that they're not only buying them for them, but I think they're also paying them as well. So I think like they're just like basically getting these super valuable NFTs for free plus getting paid. But I don't 100% know like the deals or how long they have to have it or how long they have to have it as their profile picture. And I know on Snapchat, or on Instagram or something, it's like they're having to tag like MoonPay and everything. I've been seeing that. But yeah, so I'm curious, what are your thoughts on that? Because I remember I was in a Spaces, it was like a week ago when we were talking about, the concept behind, these like MoonPay buying, apes for these celebrities. And do the celebrities really care about them? We don't really know. You know what I mean? Do they actually even care about NFTs or the community and all that? Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that whole concept?
Well, the Bored Apes is doing it. They're doing it on the biggest level. They're $250,000 gifts. But like, is that any different than a project dropping one to Gary V and hoping he shows it, or to, Digital Art Chick or Beanie or Dingaling or Cole Ethereum to, I'm not throwing anybody, like just not naming anybody in particular, but like, is that any different than a project giving one to those people? I mean, it's not.
Wait, you think the Bored Apes are giving it to are telling?
No. That is different then. So it's like, okay. So I guess I'll try and think of I guess my thing is I don't have a problem with it. It's advertising. Right. They're figuring out ways to advertise, and like
it's not organic. Like people are saying, it's not organic. You know what I mean? Right. Well, but it's like I think it's inevitable. You know what I mean? And especially for brand awareness, like it's inevitable for these, big name celebrities and stuff to you want them to be. Even though it's so funny because you'll see like they'll post their ape and like all the comments, everyone's like, "It's mine now." I right click say it. Like, everyone's just like, all like the normies are just going hard, like they hate it, but like, and then you see that people all excited, but it's like, the normies are like, no, not again, not another celebrity getting an ape. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah, I was reading when Jimmy Fallon, when he bought his or was given his, whatever it is, I was reading and he's taken a liking to it. He created a Twitter account for his ape. So like maybe he was paid to buy it and given it as a gift, but then he realizes, hey, something's going on here. And it is a good community. Like, so there's something to be said for that. And just the overall notoriety of it, like it's helping the ape holders to this point. Maybe if it gets ridiculous at some point, but I don't know. It seems like, I
think there's this, I think celebrities and influencers, it's like people always give influencers a bad, they're always like hating on influencers. It's like, they're important. Like they're important for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize that people who are able to garner attention, like that's such a skill. Like that's so important. And so like MoonPay, like paying these celebrities to like, have these apes and whatnot. Like I think it's a good thing ultimately, for brand awareness anyway. But yeah, I mean, and who knows what their contract is, like, how long they have to hold on to the ape or whatever, whatever the deal is. But I mean, I think it's good ultimately.
Yeah. I mean, I'm good with it. It's definitely, you'd rather them. A lot of the people have done it organically and just went and bought them themselves. And I think that so DJ Khaled having one is going to make all other rappers that might not get the endorsement, but they'll be like, damn, I'm going to buy one too. Cause this guy just got a huge boost. You know what I mean? Like now he's trending. And if I buy one, I'll be trending.
Well, it's like designer clothes. Celebrities don't buy designer clothes. They get sent them for free.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they'll, or those award shows and stuff. Like it costs a lot of money if you want to buy a ticket to go. But if you get dressed by a designer, then you can go for free, basically. So it's yeah, of course, they get things handed to them and stuff for free, but it's just marketing, it's just a marketing tactic.
Yeah. No, I mean, overall, it's good. If there was something bad going on, Yuga Labs would be saying something. They'd be out there saying something. They're eating it up, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're loving it.
Yeah. So, but no, that's all really exciting for that whole ecosystem, for the apes and for Punk's comic, and Adidas is. I saw somebody say Adidas is crushing Nike in the metaverse. Somebody said.
Honestly, I like Adidas better.
Yeah, me too.
I like the style of the shoes better personally, but I don't wear either. But
I have a nice, comfy old pair of Adidas that I like to throw on sometimes. It's like my most comfortable pair of shoes, but they're old.
Nice.
Yeah. Piece of sad news today. Were you familiar with Virgil Abloh?
I saw people tweeting about that person, but I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I wasn't too familiar, but I read some about him today. I saw Farouk. That was the first one I saw tweet about it, and he was devastated. The gentleman passed away. He was 41 years old. So, kind of made me think a lot because I'm 42. So, he's younger than I am. And he was the artistic director of Louis Vuitton and the founder of a brand called Off-White, I guess a Milan-based fashion brand. He was from Rockford, Illinois, and his influence seems pretty wide-ranging and just seems like a really, really cool dude. And he fought his battle with cancer in private, and people didn't know he was sick. And, he's going to live on. His memory's going to live on. Like I learned, I didn't know about him, but a lot of people in the space that I really respected were, saying how bad of a loss it was and all that stuff. So figured I would want to bring that up, and, people that don't know should look it up and check him out and see what was happening. But sad piece of news today, not necessarily NFT related, but wanted to put that out there.
Okay. Rest in peace.
Yeah, for sure.
To him.
Yep. So moving on to some other things. What do you know about Jenkins the Valet? Have you been keeping up with them?
Remember I told you that I bought one of those Jenkins tickets when it was it was below mint, literally. And I was just let me just scoop this up. I was just in it to flip. And I did a little 2x flip, so early on. And now it's freaking going crazy. And now
it's not going crazy yet. Twitter, they're like a cool. Well, the whole project is getting really mature and really coming to fruition. But the price is still a quarter of an ETH. The thing is, there's only
that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's all relative.
No, yeah. I bought for 0.04 and then I sold for 0.1, which is But so now 0.25. Yeah, it's decent. I mean, I saw there was a 17 ETH sale on the yacht.
On one of the yacht. Yep. So if you have one of those yachts, they have to feature your ape as one of the main characters, I think, in the story. So you can buy it if you want your ape featured. Yeah, the yachts have sold for a lot. I actually there's 4 tiers. I have the like the third one.
I think the reason why the Jenkins Valet thing is so hype right now is because they, or the guy who put it on, or the girl, has an ape themselves, and it's basically like the first like book being written or whatever.
Yep.
Like in the NFT space, where
it's being written by a guy named Neil Strauss, who I guess is an award-winning, best-selling author. He's won awards. I was reading about him earlier, and there's 6,942 tokens, and everybody that has a token can license either their ape or mutant or somebody else's ape or mutant to be used in, and it will be used to some extent in the book, not like necessarily a main character, but like, you know, so I connected mine on the website, and it asks you for like a description and like, what do you want to say about your ape? And like, so,
what's your story behind your ape?
I didn't actually put, I let them
okay.
create a little, I didn't know what to put. I didn't know what to put. Yeah, it's like, they have a really good team behind it. I know some of the people working there, and it's just, I mean, whatever they're going to be doing, they have that CAA, that the advertising agency behind them, the marketing agency, and it's right on track to really be a long term. I bet that's a bargain. I bet we'll look and laugh that they were a quarter ETH. Yeah, that's my guess.
Okay, all right, okay.
Yeah.
We'll play this back. We'll play this back.
Yeah. Oh, a lot of this will be. Imagine in a couple of years all the stuff we've been.
I know, and imagine the people that like quote us and they're like, "You were wrong. You said this," and then we're like,
"I know.
Please stop."
Bringing up old clips, right? Yeah.
Sure.
Some of it will age well. Some of it will not.
Yeah, for sure. Not. Yeah, exactly.
And that's okay. You know. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
We talked last week. Speaking of aging well, we talked last week about Sandbox, and I think the floor was like almost 3 at that point. I actually sold one of my plots for 3.75 this week.
Hey,
one of my little 1x1s. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. We'll see how that ages. I can't help myself sometimes. I'm just like, that's a lot
you're a flipper. That's your skill. You're a flipper.
Yeah. I can't help myself. They'll probably be 10 ETH each one day. Andy's holding on to. I think Andy's got a bunch of them. They're worth a lot right now. Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's Jenkins the Valet. If you have one of those, you can now connect your wallet and license your ape to them. And every one of the 6,942 token holders splits some sort of royalty. I don't know the percentage, but everybody gets a royalty from whatever comes of the book.
Nice.
Yep. Macy's did an NFT drop for their Thanksgiving Day parade. Did you get it? Eye that up at all?
I didn't know. I didn't do that, but I remember you talked about it last week.
Yeah, okay, that's right. I talked about it last week. I couldn't figure out when they dropped. It was on Sweet.io on Polygon Network and the Sweet platform, and I must have missed it. There was 9,500 of them. I think they were free, and I think they're going for a good amount of money. But they auctioned off 10 of them, like 10 101s, and those are gone. Those are almost over the auction, and one of them's over $300,000 that people are paying.
Wait, how much ETH is that?
300,000, probably like 80.
Why did you convert to USD?
I don't know, because that's what that's what
think in ETH.
We do. That's
that's what the headlines were. Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, what? 300,000? How?
Here we go. That's funny. You're exactly right.
Number.
300,000 is like 76 or something. If I have to do the math in my head.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's just 300,000. Wait, like a calculator. Divided by what's ETH right now? 4,000?
43.
43. Okay. So, 69 ETH. Yeah.
I was off.
There we go.
Yep.
Close enough.
It's a lot of ETH, but the other ones are going for like 19,000, 15,000, 23,000, 42,000. But there's 10 of them that are, the auction ends in 2 days.
That's interesting to me. Like those one of ones, like someone was saying like, oh, you should talk about one of ones. And it's like, I don't know. I'm not good at, I don't really have one of ones. I had bought some one of ones at one point and then I ended up flipping them, but it's so hard because it's like for projects, it's like, you're kind of, rooting for the projects, you're hoping they continue to build. you're part of a community. For one of ones, it's different because you're literally just rooting for the artist. And it's like, you're, and especially if you don't really know much about the artist, it's kind of like, oh my God, what's going to happen with this one of one? And I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like scary.
Yeah,
And like photography, I don't know, it's like scary. But you're basically just rooting for that person. Like you're rooting that they're gonna, continue to do well. And who was it? Whale Shark tweeted the other day they're buying photography NFTs now, and they were saying when I'm buying into these photography NFT pieces, I'm rooting for the photographer, and I'm basically voting that I'm rooting for them to continue to like create quality pieces, and also like continue developing like their social following, like growing a following as well, because that's huge. Like that's important. Like if people don't know you, like I mean, if you create one of ones, it's like people buy from people that they feel like they can know and trust. Like they feel like they have some sort of connection. It's kind of hard to buy a piece of art just for the art alone. It's like most of the time you're betting on the person, the person behind it.
I've said that before. People think art is good like when the people are cool. It's like a cool person and like the art will be good, and like yeah, for sure. Art is very subjective, and there's a lot of metrics that go into what's good and what's not. Yeah.
I think that's why Cool Cats, like, it just went, it did so well, and people were like, it looks like a kid could draw this, like in the beginning. Remember that? And then it was like, they're like, oh shoot, Klon has been drawing these things for like 10 years. And then it was just like his perseverance and determination was, I think, why a lot of people bought into it.
We've said before, they had to lower the minting price. They weren't going to sell out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yep. And now look where they are. Amazing. Yeah. Have you paid attention to the Wolf game? This whole crazy madness?
No, I tried. So, right before this, I was like, you know what? It would be nice if I kind of like, because last time I was like, I basically like trashed the Wolf game, and I was like, Ponzi, and then I was like,
that's right. That's right. Now I remember.
And then someone like DM me like, how could you say it's Ponzi if you haven't even looked into it? And I was like, all right, well, let me like see if I could really like deep dive into this thing.
Okay.
And so I was like trying to, because they came out with like a white paper 2.0, right? And like they keep changing the rules of the game, but it's like so complicated to follow. I was trying to like follow it. I didn't really understand it. And I think it's one of those things where you just kind of have to be in it to get a better understanding. So yeah, I know, I still know practically nothing. Like I'm even more confused than before. But yeah,
it's confusing. I minted 10 plots of the land when they dropped that this week. Okay. I don't know if you noticed that happen. Yeah, they dropped.
How did that go?
It's gone well. I mean, I had to pay with gas. They were like 0.18. That's what I bought 10 of them, and it was like 0.125 to start, and they were like 0.18 with gas. It got up to 0.5, 0.6. I've only sold 2. It's down right now to like a quarter, I think. So it's like a little bit, it's above what I paid for it. Hopefully, right. I mean, if the game collapses, it'll be worthless, but hopefully the game is good. And hopefully some of mine, like some of them are different size lands, like, and they haven't revealed yet. So maybe I get a lot of land. And with each of them, I also get 5,000 wool for each, like the wool token for each land I have. Yep. So I think I'm holding 8 of them still.
Okay. Well, good luck to you. Bless your soul. I hope it goes well, because everyone knows that's super risky right now. Like getting into that or anything similar. It's like, it's just, it's crazy volatile, basically, which is like good, like, good opportunity to make money, but it's also like really scary, really risky. And definitely like one of those things where it's like, you have to be willing to lose it all. Like,
I mean, sure. That's a possible, no doubt. And then do you see the games that popped up around it, like Bear Game, Fox Game?
No, but I'm not surprised that there's other ones. They're like, oh shoot, they just made like freaking like what, $15 million or something.
Yeah, right.
Let me also make some simple game where we just have to do this and that, and bam, everyone will want it. Because everyone keeps saying gaming is the next big thing. Gaming is the next big thing. So all these like games are popping up, but the thing is, it's like games take time. Like, I don't know, it shouldn't be this easy, like but it is, but it like shouldn't be, I mean,
everyone's looking for the game that's going to break out. And I mean, because
I'm just over here betting on my Gods and Chain that I've been playing for a year. That's been in the works for years. Like, I'm betting on the ones that have been working this whole time. That's how I feel about it's like a lot of these, and a lot of people in the space, it's like they bought their first NFT like this year, and it's like, I don't know. It's very, I'm always like, kind of like,
that's probably 95% of people bought their first NFT this year.
I know. That's actually pretty crazy.
Yeah. You're old school. You're, like I said, you're a historian. You know about all the OG projects.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens to these games, but it's so fun. Like in the moment, like everything is just so fun, and it's so exciting too. Like, just like, everything popping up, like new things popping up every day. It's just like such an exciting time, honestly. Yeah.
And everybody always wants the new shiny thing. Like there's going to be projects next week that's going to be the hot thing, and it's where the money goes, and the other stuff will get, because a lot of things get forgotten about.
Yeah, and they get forgotten, and then it's like, and then people are fighting to bring things back to life. Like you'll hear people be like, "I'm fighting to bring this back from the dead," and it's like, well, that's in peace. But I mean, maybe it'll come back. But it's like the probability of something coming back. What do you think? Do you think something can come back if it's already below up?
It can. We've actually talked about this before, and that's the hardest part. Like,
yes, right.
You sell it out, you make your money, you make your $3.5-4 million. And then now what? You know what I mean? Yeah. Now you have to create something. You have to excite people again, and you have to deliver on everything. Plus you have to, Plus you have to surprise people, because the surprises is what gets the needle going.
I was just thinking about how the Bored Apes have been ahead this whole time, like since, they really started popping off. And, before that, it was the punks, like we had mentioned. And I'm just thinking, right now, and everyone knows that the Bored Ape is like the number one, right? Everyone knows that. And like some people still think the punks, it's like, the punks are priced more, but it's like ultimately who's doing more for the community? Obviously the apes. But it's like, that some other project is just going to come and like pass up the apes at some point, right? And it's like, what is that going to be? And that everyone's going to resist it too. Like, especially the ape holders, they're going to be against it. They're going to be like, no, screw that. Like, that's dumb. Much like the punks were.
Unless they hold it. You hold it. You want it. Right.
Yeah. Usually that's how it is, right? If you hold something, you want it to do well. Yeah. If you don't hold something, you don't want it to do well. You hate it. You butt it. You're like, do this. It's terrible. But and we see that with, some of the punk holders, like they were quick to adapt, like, Jimmy.eth. It's like, what did we say? The third, biggest Bored Ape holder. And it's like, he's been around for a while. He has a bunch of punks. But it's like some weren't. Like this guy that I follow, Scaly Nelson, he's awesome. I love him. But he's like, he's a punk holder and he like hates on the apes. And it's like, he just tweeted today. He's like, I'm finally admitting I was wrong about the apes. And it's like too late now, right? Because it's like, how much the apes are going for. And so it's like, it's hard because you have to try to stay open-minded. But, you want to be skeptical as well of things, and you want to, try to really look into things. But it's like, there'll be something that passes the apes that people are not going to, I feel like a lot of people are not going to like, but it's inevitable. Like, it's inevitable that something passes the apes. I don't know when, and I don't know what, but I just feel like I know that it's going to happen.
Yep. Apes are about to hit 50 again.
Hey,
they're about to hit a 50 floor. Yep.
Nice.
Do you think that the apes can flip the punks?
I do. I honestly do think I do think that they can flip the punks. Too. Yeah. Mostly because the punks aren't doing absolutely anything. And so it's kind of like, I used to be really into TikTok, and the number one most followed person on TikTok was this girl named Loren Gray, and she had like the most followers on TikTok for years. And all of a sudden, Charlie D'Amelio starts rising the ranks and starts like, doing all these things. And even outside, collaborating with, nail polish companies and coming out with her own collections of things and all that. And then she ended up passing Loren Gray, and now she's like way ahead, with the followers. But it's like, yeah, if you're not doing too much, if, once you get number one, you just become kind of like, oh, I'm number one, whatever. And then it's just like, you don't try as hard. So I feel like, and especially the Larva Labs people, like they're really not doing anything. Like they're just like, they really don't care. But, but yeah, I definitely think that the apes will flip the punks. I mean, who knows? I guess we'll see what happens, but I do think that they will flip.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to happen too.
Yeah.
Sometime in 2022, maybe 2023.
Yeah.
Things happen fast. Things happen fast around here.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, the punk holders are stronger hands. Like they've been holding for longer.
Yeah.
Yes, the Bored Apes have more unique owners, but the Bored Ape people are new to NFTs. Like, you'll see them getting scammed all the time, which is like sad. But it's like you don't see punk owners getting scammed all the time. It's like they're kind of like the punk owners are kind of like the smarter, like, been around the block type of people. But it's like the Bored Ape people, they're new, they're excited, they're I feel like they're really community oriented as well, which is huge. It's like, and
well, the celebrities are all buying apes.
Oh yeah,
and how many punk holders are there? Aren't there only like 2,000 punk holders or something?
2-point-something K. Yeah.
So there's 6,000 ape holders. So it's like, it's a bigger community.
Right.
Yeah. The punks are kind of the gatekeepers.
The punks, yeah. Well, yeah, and then the punks kind of have a bad reputation. Like people think of the punks as like, oh, they're like bitter about the apes and like, they kind of. I've had really good like Dan Sickles. I've spoken to a bunch. I've had really good like interactions with any punk that I've spoken to. I want a punk. That's my goal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I would love. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
Like I definitely want a punk. I love the punks and I think they're great. I think that. I think it just goes back to being open-minded and, realizing there's room for multiple collections to be at the top.
There's room for all of us. That's for sure.
Yep, there is. We're all going to make it.
Punks better watch out. The apes are coming though. Apes are coming. Hopefully they're both over 100 when it happens, so nobody can be sad about it.
True.
So hopefully the apes are, I'm thinking 100 ETH and ETH is at 10,000. So there'll be $1 million for an ape.
Oh, shoot. Wait a minute. I was one that was betting the ETH was going to hit 10K this year. And
not this year. Well, it's not going to. It's not this year. 2022.
What if it does hit 10K?
If it hits 10K this year,
you owe me an NFT. What NFT can you give me?
It'll be a nice one. If
give me something good.
If he doubles in the next 30 days, it'll be a nice one. It'll be a nice one.
Okay. Yep. All right, guys, come on. Can we all just like pump ETH or something?
Yeah.
We need ETH to 10K so I can win this bet.
That would be very nice if that happened. Are you up on any of the? I wrote down 3 big projects that are kind of dropping in December that are coming. Do you know anything about these? Are you up on Voltura's Psychedelics Anonymous?
You know what's interesting? Voltura, oh my God, we have to talk about him because
please.
That dude is so good at drawing attention. So it's funny because he actually had DM'd me back when he only had a couple thousand followers, and we were DMing back and forth a bit, talking about stuff in the NFT space and he showed me his project. He told me about his project that he's working on, and he showed it to me. This is before he was even creating all this hype for it. And then he just starts going crazy with this whole whitelisting thing. And he's like, basically doing he's really good at getting attention. He has like 60,000 followers now. It's crazy how fast he shot up in followers. I've been, trying to learn a bit more about his projects, but he's really been doing a great job garnering attention and keeping the attention too. Because it's one thing to go viral once or get people to sign up for a whitelist thing, but it's like to actually get people interested and invested and wanting to continue to try for a whitelist spot and all that. It's like that's hard, and he's doing a great job with it. So yeah, we have to give him props.
Yeah. Have you seen that him and NFTs Anonymous have kind of teamed up a little bit? They've been doing Twitter Spaces together.
They did a Spaces. Yeah, I tuned in for a little bit. I caught like the tail end of a space. Yeah, I haven't really gotten to hear too much of. Yeah, Voltura is from like Australia or something, right? Like,
yep, that's like exactly right. Yep. I think it's from Sydney. They got like 1,200 people up in there. Like it was like a big. That's awesome. Yeah, I think they did it twice, and they got like a big crowd, which is really cool.
That's cool.
There's also, have you seen the Hapebeast? You know what that is?
No.
You got to look at that website. Okay. It's going to get you hyped for it. Yeah. It's like these 3D ape looking things. And it's their Discord has like 160,000 people in it. It's one of those crazy. It's going to be hard to get. It's going to be one of those things where it's just hard to get, especially on minting. They have a big team. They have a big team behind them, like a lot of people on the team. That's coming. And also the Artifact Clone X, which people have been waiting for a long time. Oh, you have Medikey too, right?
My sister has Medikey too.
My sister has Medikey too.
Just claimed her, what is it, like a vial or something like that? Like
she can get her.
Yeah.
That's gonna be worth good money. They're
it's already going for 3.6 floor.
I know.
I was like, maybe you just sell that and try to buy one after.
I know.
But I think she's going to keep it. She wants to see what she ends up getting.
It's going to be a reverse auction. And I forget the numbers. There's Dutch 20. Dutch auction. Yeah. Reverse Dutch auction. And there's going to be 20,000 of them. I think was it 3 ETH going to 1 or 6 ETH going to 3 something crazy.
Jeez,
it might be 3 to 1. It might be 3 to 1.
Wow. Yeah, that thing has been hyped for a while. I've been hearing about the Artifact. Their Clone X for like, I feel like I've been seeing about it for like 2 months now or something.
Yeah, probably at least that long. Yeah. I had one of those meta pigeons. We talked about this before. I had meta pigeon number 2 that I bought
and you can get shoes.
Yeah, you could. I sold.
But you sold. Yeah. I know my sister. I think she had one of those too, and then she was like, "I really want the shoes." But then it was going for so much that she's like, "I can't. I can't justify, 5 figures holding a 5-figure NFT like for shoes,
to get a pair of shoes."
Yeah, she's like, "I should probably sell this." So she did.
Oh my god. Yeah, I sold it way early. I sold it at like 1.2 ETH. It's 14 now, but you also got a second pigeon, which is also 14 if you had that first one. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not good.
That's epic. Good for you.
Not good.
It's okay. People like when you talk about your losses.
Yeah. So that was a sell way too early. My buddy Rob Newman has both of them still that are 14 ETH floors each.
Wow.
Yep, and he's getting his artifact stuff. Yeah, he's crushing it. He's gonna be down. He's one of the guys. I'm looking forward to meeting him for the first time. We've been working together. He's been with NFT Catcher since May, and we're gonna meet for the first time in Miami. He's coming down. Yeah, good dude. He's real deep in the art scene. Has been for a long time. Has worked at galleries for years and worked with all kinds of artists. Yeah, he's been in the art scene for a long time. Really good dude. Really smart. So yeah, speaking of Art Basel, let's talk about Art Basel a little bit.
Let's.
Yeah. So you're flying in tomorrow.
Yes, I'm visiting family right now. I'm in Arizona. Yeah. Tomorrow I am flying out to Miami, which I'm excited about. I'm ready. Yeah. I'll be there for a week. So hopefully I can, last time when I went to New York, I had some people come up and they're like, I listened to the podcast, which is awesome. If you listen to the podcast and you see me, like, don't be shy. Like this one girl came up, she's like, I had to be drunk to come up and say hi to you. I was so nervous. I was like, what? Why? Like, don't be nervous. Just come up. Like, but yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Look for the purple hair if you're looking for Jennifer.
Yes,
Look for the
Jenny
purple
from the
hair.
blockchain.
Jenny from the blockchain. So I'm a local, if people don't know. I live in Parkland, Florida, about 45 minutes from, Wynwood, downtown Miami, about an hour from South Beach. And so I am super excited. Everybody's coming in. I didn't have to go anywhere this time.
That's so convenient, honestly.
Yeah, I know. It's so nice.
You can just go back to your home at the end of the day.
Wow. I know. I've gone to Art Basel many of the years, like I'd say 6, 8, 10 years that I've been down here for 17 years, 18 years.
Wow.
And I've gone a lot. I usually just end up going to Wynwood and walk around, have a nice dinner and check out the walls being painted and whatever galleries are open. I've never really gone to like all the parties and stuff before, like it's going to be this year. I bought a party. I don't
think they were even throwing a bunch of parties like they are this year.
No, I don't think so. I mean, they probably were. There were things going on because I always heard like the Roots would end up playing somewhere and things like that. But this year, the NFT people are really going to make a splash. Like it's obvious what's going down. The art scene's big, like the whole city of Miami. There's many art festivals happening. There's Art Basel, Scope. Like there's like a whole bunch of things going on. The first thing that I'm going to be doing is NFT Basel. We were talking about that. BZL.
Yes, I'll be there too.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. It's at the Heat Arena. Both you and I have press passes that we got. Very nice of them.
We're official.
Yeah, we're going to be able to go backstage and whatever.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. I'm excited for that too. I'm excited for that conference, whatever comes of it. And then the parties are just going to be so much fun. That was the best part of New York. Hopefully the lines aren't too bad. I did buy one of those party degenerates this week. We talked about that because they're having a party. You have to have it. So I'm like, I'm going to snag one.
They're literally having a party like every single day. Like starting from the 1st through the 4th, they're having like a party every single night. Wow. And yeah, you can RSVP and you can bring a +1 guest if you have a token.
Cool. Where do you RSVP? Go look in the Discord, I guess.
Okay. Yes, in their Discord, Party Degenerates Discord. In the announcements.
I think I RSVP'd for one of them. Isn't Dylan Francis? Are they having him like DJs? Like all these artists?
They're and then Diplo's on one of the days, and like it's gonna be amazing. But the December 1st one is already like booked up. Like it's already. So, and thankfully I RSVP'd like before it got booked up, but there's like stuff happening on, every single day up till the 4th. So that'll be fun.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta get on their Discord. I'm gonna get on their Discord tonight once we're finished.
Yeah. Do it before they get booked up for RSVPs.
Yeah. What I found in New York was it wasn't too much about what parties I was going to. It was about like who was going, like where are my friends going? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like I was more into the people I was hanging with.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's I'm not going to get too stressed out about making sure I RSVP to a bunch of stuff, and there's what else is happening that I have I can't even remember. Well, there's a Bored Ape thing. There's something Bored Apes happening. There's a V Friends unofficial meetup I'm going to try and hit up. That's at the Fountain Blue. I know we talked about the Gutter Cats last week, that they're having a few things. Anything you're excited for?
There is actually for Evaluate Markets newsletter, Corporate Trash. She wrote like a list of like all these events happening.
Okay.
So let me just.
Did she tweet that?
Yeah, she did. Yeah, and I retweeted as well. So
okay.
If you want to check out the list.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. There's a Doodles event happening. I think the RSVP for that is already sold out or whatever. But the Gutter Cat Gang one. There's a Cool Cats meetup. There's a Pudgy Penguins party that I really just wanted to go to. The Bored Ape Basel, that's what you're talking about.
Yep.
The NFTBA basketball tournament on the 4th.
What's that? What's that? I don't even know what that is.
So it's like you have to like buy a token for it, but my sister is like emceeing it, or she's like hosting. She's gonna be like the person like talking on the mic, basically.
Oh wow, really? That's cool.
Yeah. Our friends are the ones like putting that on. It's just basically like a basketball tournament.
Yeah.
For whoever wants to play. And
Cool.
they're also doing where is it? They're doing something Hooper's Hang. December 2nd from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. You can like RSVP. But it's like just like a hangout thing as well. I don't know. Some of my friends are like doing some cool things that I'm going to. So I'm excited for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Maybe we'll see some people at NFT Basel. Oh, I'm also going to Sports Basel for a bit. I think that's like the day after NFT Basel.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Sign up for that. Oh,
nice.
Yeah, it's on the
There's
first.
so much. Yeah,
I know. There's so much happening.
Yeah, so much. I'm in a Twitter DM with a whole bunch of people from the Lowbrow Art Collective. I think you've heard me talk about them. Before. That's that whole crew of artists. And they're actually making a POAP. They're collabing. There's like 20 of them, and they're like passing it back and forth and like doing it up. It's really cool looking. But they've been like my buddy Jason Ostro from Gabba Gallery in Los Angeles. He's been posting a bunch of events that he's like part of, and like, hey, free tickets for this, RSVP for this, like mint an NFT at this. And so we've been getting a lot of those. I've just been trying to respond to everything and figure out what to do once I'm down here. Like there's going to be so much to do. And, you know, you have to be careful when you're traveling around. I was saying this to you before we got on the air, but if you want to go if you're in South Beach at the NFT, at the Art Basel, festival, and you want to go over to Wynwood and it's 4 p.m., there's a chance it could take you an hour or more to get there when it's normally like a 15-minute ride. For traffic. Traffic can be really, really bad going across the causeway and just getting around South Beach. And I'm sure there'll be plentiful Ubers, but that's also something to be cautious of. Like, you know, when the NFT people showed up in New York, it didn't really make a dent in New York. You know what I mean? Like there's just so many people anyway. New York is just crazy anyway. Right. Yeah. It's just, no matter like there's enough Ubers and cabs, like, but Miami, and there will be tons of Ubers, but like, you're going to notice the influx of people in Miami. It's a huge week in Miami, more so than New York. Like New York, it was gigantic. There was 1 million NFT people, but it was like a blip on the radar. Like that doesn't change anything in New York. You know, Miami is going to be wild down here. Wynwood is awesome.
Yes, that's how we like it.
Yeah. Wynwood is awesome. If you've never been to Wynwood,
I've been to Wynwood twice. Yeah. I love it.
Okay. Yeah, Wynwood is so cool. You can walk around. There's the people are going to be painting the murals everywhere on the buildings. All the buildings are painted up. All the storefronts will be rented out with like art galleries and parties and like raves. And there's really cool restaurants and bars and taco shops and food trucks and, courtyards to walk around. And like, it's just, Wynwood is super cool. So that's like just an awesome place to be, especially in the evening. It's going to be packed. It's going to be like wall to wall walking. It's going to be really crowded. But Wynwood's awesome. And then obviously South Beach. They're typically, like I said, they're about a 20-minute drive, but traffic at the wrong time, it can be really, really bad. It can be really bad traffic at 10 p.m. Like it really, honestly, it could be like you could be stuck on 95 bumper to bumper at 10 p.m. in Miami. It happens. Yeah. But hopefully it's not too bad. But, think about that when you're going place to place, it's not just quite as easy as like, all right, hop in an Uber to this place. Lots of traffic for lack of a better description. But I think a lot of the stuff is a lot of the parties I've seen is like Wynwood Art District, which is very close to each other. Midtown is right there.
I'm excited to go to the clubs too in Miami because Miami, like, I don't know. I love first of all, I just love Miami. I just love Florida in general. Like, I love like the weather and like the vibe and like everyone's tan. Like, I don't know. It's just so cool.
Yeah, it's cool down here for sure. One of the clubs, Live, I think that's how you pronounce it, LIV. They have like marshmallows playing. And
I love Marshmallow.
Yeah,
I think Steve. I think I'm seeing Steve Aoki.
Really?
I don't know where, when. My friend was like, "Oh, Steve Aoki, we're going to Steve Aoki." I was like, "Oh, sweet,
nice." Yeah, if you love Marshmallow, check it out. They're selling tickets right now.
Really?
Live nightclub.
I love Marshmallow.
Yeah.
That was my first rave I ever went to, which was like Decadence AZ. It's like a New Year's Eve. It's like Arizona's biggest New Year's Eve festival. Marshmello was like the headliner, and I wasn't even into EDM music, and then I went to that, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool! Like, and Marshmello has like the funnest, like upbeat music. Like,
yeah, my kids like Marshmello. It's fun. They for some reason they found him on YouTube and they like him.
Yeah, and he's like anonymous. It's like it's just he has this, it's kind of like Deadmau5.
Yep.
It's a marshmallow.
Yeah, it's a marshmallow. That's like a popular Halloween costume. Kids are wearing it. It's funny. What else do we have? Let's talk about some more things quick before we'll do a little rapid fire because we're coming up on an hour. I don't mind keep going, but it's coming up on an hour. We don't want it to be too long.
I gotta touch up my hair. I gotta re-dye my hair. It's fading.
Oh yeah, before you gotta really purple it out
before I fly to Miami tomorrow. Yeah, exactly. I need to be fresh.
All right. So the NFL's been pushing this NFL, the Dapper thing. It's going to be called NFL All Day.
Yes. Oh my God. Yep. That's exciting.
Super exciting. The NFL is going to be giant. My question for you is, what do you think this is going to do for the price of Top Shot moments? You think that will affect it?
I think it depends if you're allowed to use your Dapper balance on the NFL All Day or not. I think they are going to start it out small and do like a closed beta. This is my thoughts. I'm not really sure, but I have a feeling they're going to start it out with a small beta, kind of like the Dr. Seuss collectibles. And then, in time, open it up to the public and stuff. So, but I don't know. I think, it could kind of be a bad thing for NBA Top Shot. Especially if you're allowed to use your Dapper balance, then I could see a lot of people, just moving their money over to the NFL and, kind of cashing out or something. But I think ultimately it's good long-term for NBA Top Shot because it's going to bring more attention, a lot of football fans in, and then, they're going to also see, oh, they also have this other thing, NBA Top Shot. And then, maybe they'll start collecting both. I mean, I'm definitely down to collect both. I have quite a big Top Shot collection. So, but I'm not going to be like selling off my stuff, but I'll be interested in getting packs and, collecting some moments. I'm probably not going to go as crazy as I did for Top Shot, but still exciting. I think it will affect the prices. I think probably, in the short term, maybe Top Shot might take a bit of a hit from it.
Yeah, it probably will in the short term. I tend to agree with the long term, actually, like the more adoption that comes. And you're right, the football fans will see, they'll learn about Top Shot for the first time. Like, oh crap, there's NBA too,
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I'm already collecting these NFL moments.
Right.
And, I'm starting to believe in Dapper Labs. What other products do they have? Oh, NBA Top Shot. Let me collect these moments as well.
Yep.
So I do think it's very bullish long term.
Definitely for Dapper. It's bullish for Dapper. That's for sure. That's going to be a big deal. NFL All Day. You can actually sign up right now for the waiting list. So anybody that's listening me too. Anybody that's listening that wants to get on there should go to that website and try and sign up for that. NFL's doing NFTs with Ticketmaster now also for tickets for the games.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So your tickets are NFTs?
Yeah, that's Ticketmaster's. I haven't looked into exactly what it is, but that's Ticketmaster's first foray into NFTs. Yeah.
Oh my God. I remember my first NBA game I went to was literally driven by me wanting to get an NFT. The Hornets came out with this like NFT, but it was limited. Only like 100 people or something could get it. I obviously didn't get one, but I drove all the way down to Charlotte when I was living in North Carolina. This was I don't know, sometime this year, I think. And, but yeah, it was cool. It was like, they came out with like Hornet NFTs and you could claim it at the game. But they kind of messed up because I think somebody I think they spoofed their location through like a VPN and people were able to claim them that morning there. So it was kind of like a fail.
People are always figuring out loopholes in these. They're always finding a way.
Yep.
That's so funny. It's gonna be. They should be doing PO-apps for these games. Why wouldn't they?
I know. They should.
Yeah. And that's free. They should.
Yeah, and it's just like fun. It's not like there's like a monetary benefit. Like POAPs, I feel like nobody thinks of POAPs as like monetarily beneficial. Like it's just like a fun like thing to collect. It's like you're collecting POAPs, you're collecting, proof of attendance protocols. You're just like, oh, I went to this event. Here's my proof. It's really cool.
Yep. Yeah, so we got that. You mentioned TikTok earlier. I want to say real quick, I've seen NFTs now are all over TikTok when they weren't a few months ago. And some of it's disingenuous. I don't like the ones that are like, I bought this, whatever it is, they'll show like some whatever NFT. I bought it a month ago for $200. And look, now it's $10 million. And it'll be like something for sale, not something that's sold. So they're trying to like
clickbait.
Like, exactly. That's a bit disingenuous. I've commented on a couple of those. I'm like, yeah, that didn't sell for that much. Like I could list for whatever I want, But some of them are good, and there's some good content. It's a lot of people pushing like their agenda. I've actually been really itching to make one myself, and just to get on there. I can't do a lot of like production value, but like I would sit there and just talk into the camera, like my experience with NFTs and like. I would think people might take to that. They've taken to, me on Clubhouse and this has done well, me and you. So like
Twitter is a different breed though. It's like
TikTok
is like,
I know.
A lot of like young kids that they're also pretty savage too. I mean, I used to be really into TikTok and I don't even have TikTok. I deleted the app, but they can be pretty savage in the comments and stuff.
For sure. For sure.
It's funny though. It's definitely funny.
I think it's great. I was like really into it at the beginning of the pandemic. And then when I found NFTs, I just dug my head into NFTs. That was all I was doing. It's all I did. And I've gotten a little bit back into it recently, the last like month or so, just like relaxing at the end of the day or whatever. Yeah. Pop it on.
Yeah, that's cool that there's like NFT content on there.
Yeah, there's a bunch of it. And they dial into what you like, they figure out like what you watch and what you click like on and interact
the
with.
Algorithm,
Right, and show you more of it. So that's why I'm getting it. But there's definitely more and more all the time NFT content that I'm seeing. That's cool. Some of it's good and some of it is definitely disingenuous. So Meek Mill is releasing his next mixtape. Dream Chasers as an NFT.
Ooh, wait, what does that mean exactly that he's releasing it as an NFT?
He didn't say exactly, but other artists have kind of done it like they you release the album, you sell for a certain price, sell as many as you can, and
I know I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Lau? Is it Lau or Blau or something like that? Anyway,
I know you're talking about
it. Yeah, he's very involved in the NFT space. I think he did it where like you also, if you owned like his NFT, then you would get like royalties as well. Like it was like really interesting. He was like involving the holders into it.
That's really cool. Gary Vee actually talks about that a lot, that's the way like the future of music is going to be, where you find a band you like, you buy their NFTs, and now you're actually rooting for them to get huge because you're going to get a piece of that. Your NFT is going to be worth a lot because you bought the original ones. Spotty Wi-Fi, him probably.
Oh yeah. Wait, is that the guy that always tweets in all caps?
Yeah. He tweets in all caps. He had the cheetah hair for,
I would like to meet him. I haven't met him yet in person.
Yeah. I actually met him at the Royal Society of Players. We actually had a nice conversation. Seemed like a good dude.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
It triggers me that he writes in all caps. I can't look at his tweets. I'm like, it gives me anxiety, like when people write in all caps. But I like him, but I don't follow him for that reason. Like I just can't. I can't just tweet caps all the time. But anyway, he seems cool.
Yeah, so he's an NFT doing NFT music, and that's going to become a big thing. Like people are just going to do it. But I read that Meek Mill was today. I figured that was, if people were fans, they could look it up and see what was going on. Make sure to be on top of it. Nice. We can get into the Cryptoslam 7 days. There's actually a couple newcomers on there, and but before that, I want to mention two pretty crazy sales. There was one virtual plot of land sold in Axie Infinity for $2.2 million this week.
Sheesh.
Yeah, $2.2 million. Like you could buy like a sick mansion,
Damn.
And there was a mega yacht sold. Somebody built some kind of mega yacht to be placed in the Sandbox, and that was sold for $650,000.
Wow.
The Sandbox is going wild. So I'm looking at the 7-day sales ranked by volume, like we always do here at the end. Axie Infinity, number one, as always, well over double the next one, which is the Sandbox. Sandbox is totally blowing up. The token blew up. The lands are blowing up. I guess they're getting ready to release their alpha where people can go in and play some of the games. It's all coming to fruition.
Okay, is that why Sandbox? Yeah, I'm like, why is Sandbox all of a sudden blowing up? Like, what is happening?
Sandbox blowing up. I mean, it all started with Facebook changing their name to Meta. So all the different things like that, like started just go Mana, the land from the Central Land started going crazy. Like that was the catalyst. So Sandbox is 2. Number 3 is Wolf Game out of the entire NFT space.
Wow.
Yep. CryptoPunks number 4, Bored Apes number 5. The Journey NFT Club. Did you see about that this week at all?
No.
They minted it 1 ETH. I stay up on all this stuff because I have that Icy Tools, ICY Tools, whatever that website is, that I paid for. You don't have to pay for it, but I paid for it to get like the real icy.tools, ICY.tools. Really good website. So I'm always looking at this. I'm always catching what's minting. Like now, there's like nothing's minting real hot right this minute. But whenever I see like a lot of things minting, then I see what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, I try and catch a lot of things that way.
You're good. You're good.
You can get yourself.
You're good at that.
Yeah, you can get yourself in trouble trying to catch the hot new thing. Like
sure.
I try and let a bunch of it go. But like if it's really, that's how I caught the land from Wolf Game was on this. And I was watching that journey happen. I thought about it. It actually would have been a good play, but I didn't want to spend 1 ETH on it because I didn't even know what it was. I couldn't even figure out what it was, but whatever that is, it's JRNY NFT Club. And I think the floor is like 2.5 ETH or something crazy. The Littles NFT. Did you see that going on?
The Littles, no.
That was another one this week. Yeah, that's number 7, 15 million in volume, 3,745 buyers. I lost gas on that one. Yeah, I tried to mint for the public sale when there was like 4,000 left at 10,000. I think the floor is like 0.4. They're minting for like 0.1 or whatever. I lost a couple hundred in gas, no big deal.
Ooh.
But that's number 7.
No big deal or anything.
Nah, I mean, my brother-in-law was here. Actually, it's funny, and he was like, "You just lost $200 for that? You didn't get anything?"
And you did
I was like,
nothing.
"It's nothing."
You're like, yeah, that happens so often.
Yeah, that's like, yeah, you wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's like so bad. Like if you think about it, it's like we're all just like fine with like losing hundreds in gas when like in reality, like, that's like not sustainable long term, especially for mass adoption.
Yeah, I know. It turns a lot of people off. Like I've had people like, "What the fuck is this gas?" Like I'll buy the thing, but like, damn, because gas has been crazy. It's dipped under 100 a few times over the last couple of days, which was been nice, but still, like I remember when gas was $20.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
And so Farmer's World, which we always talk about on Wax, is number 8. We don't always talk about it, but we always talk about it with respect to where it is in the ranking. We don't know anything about it.
But we mention it every week.
Yeah, but it's always top 10.
Top 10.
The Mutants are 9, and Vox Collectibles. I think that's been around for a while, right?
Voxies? Or
it says Vox Collectibles.
Oh, okay. I thought you said the Voxies. Voxies.
Yeah, I know the Voxies. I don't think that's what I'm not sure what this one is, to be honest with you. I gotta check it out. It probably sounds silly. I don't know what that is. Top Shot's number 15, still number 2 in transactions though. And by number 2 in transactions, number 2 in buyers. When I looked at the 24 hours real quick, and Punk's comic is number 4. Like everything else is pretty normal, but Punk's comic is number 4, and the Meta Hero Universe is number 7. All on that news of the collab
with the ADIDAS. Yeah,
you know, yep.
That was huge.
Yeah. So there's episode 18
18 in the books, folks.
Yeah, love it. Thank you so much, everybody. I keep getting DMs and everyone says, fan of the podcast, and before they tell me they want me to see their project.
I know they always get me. They're like, "Oh, I love the podcast." I'm like, "Oh," and they're like, "Can you check out my project?" I'm like, "Oh, they got me.
Yeah, it's 50-50. Not everybody shows.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really good people. We have a lot of really good fans, and we love doing it, and it's great that it resonates a bit. And like I said before, thank you everybody for listening.
We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFT Catcher podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode and learned something new about the exciting world of NFTs. If you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to subscribe to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. And if you really love what you're hearing, please leave us a rating and review on your favorite platform. If you want to stay up to date with the latest news and insights from the NFT space, be sure to follow us on all the socials at NFT Catcher Pod. You can follow Jennifer at Jennifer_pseudo and Michael at NFTicket. I'm your producer, Andy, and I'm at AJC254. Our theme song's by It's Just Los. We always appreciate your feedback and support, which helps us reach more people and bring you informative and engaging content about NFTs. We look forward to bringing you more great NFT content in future episodes. Thanks for listening. Peace.